Google Classroom is an easy tool that can help your classroom go paperless over time. Today we're going to get started with Google Classroom. The first step in Google Classroom is signing into your Gmail account. After you sign into your Gmail account, you have to go to the Google Classroom website, which can be achieved using the waffle menu, which is over here. So here's your Google Classroom site, or at any time, you can type in classroom.google.com. If you've never been to this website before, it'll first ask you whether you're a student or a teacher. Pick teacher, and then you're going to come up here to where the plus sign is to then create a class. When you create your class, choose the class name, like Language Arts 9, or Biology, or Spanish. Your section should be what makes it distinct in your gradebook. You can add on a subject if you want, but you don't have to. Afterwards, hit Create. Google will constantly give you little tips on how to navigate your classroom. It's very helpful. Your class has already been set up, but there are additional steps you can take to make it distinct from other classrooms. For example, the About key will allow you to put down details that you may want your students to know. For example, a brief description of the class, the location of the class. You can add on using class materials a syllabus. You can add on expected homework assignments, contact information, lots of those things. Your students will also have access to your email, which is listed right here, and you could put your picture up here as well. If you co-teach, or if you have students in a learning lab, you can invite teachers to come into your virtual classroom, and they'll see all the assignments and announcements that you post too. The classroom calendar will populate with your due dates automatically. The class drive folder will allow you to look at what your students have in their drive folders that are specific to your class even before they've submitted their assignments. Click into the stream. On the side, you can add topics that will attach to your announcements and assignments in the event that you have particular threads of study in your classroom. For example, a language arts classroom might have a thread of study on a specific project, on vocabulary, or on a book. All of these could be specific topics. Here I'm going to hit Add Topic and add vocabulary as one of my streams. I'll hit Essay Project, and I'll add on Capstone Project. Now whenever I add an assignment or announcement, I can attach one of these topics if I want to and feel it's relevant. And that's easy for my students to find the information quickly and quietly. Over here in the stream, you can click Show Deleted Items in the event you want to be able to show deleted items, but you don't have to. In order to start using your Google Classroom, you can create announcements, assignments, questions, or reuse posts from other classrooms. Here, I'm going to start with an announcement. I put down, please view the video on YouTube about the book. The great thing about announcements is that you can link to a file in your Google Drive. You can attach a file for them to review that's not in Google Drive. You can click on a YouTube video and give them that link, or you can link to something else on the internet. Here I can go to YouTube, I can search up and I can find exactly what I'm looking for, attach it, add it, and post it. If I want students to be able to do something and also be able to grade it, I need to go to assignments. I can create an assignment I can select a due date and time. Actually, here I've done it wrong because this is the title of the assignment. I'm going to select the vocabulary worksheet I've created in my Drive first so that every student can use it. I'm going to select the topic. This is definitely vocabulary. Over here, I can select how my students interact with my document. I'm going to choose that every student gets a copy, and that copy is going to go instantly into their Drive folder for my class. They're going to be able to submit it directly to me, and I'm going to see what work they do online instead of them having to print something out or write something on a piece of paper. Then if I want to differentiate inside my classroom, I can create different groups of students and give them different assignments using this, which will select which group of students I'm choosing. Because I don't have any students, I cannot show you that in this video, but I'll show you the page from which you can do that. If I want to create a quick question, which is great for quick assessments, I can put down the question. I can add additional instructions if I want to be specific. I can select a due date. I can select a topic. They can add short answers. You can make it so that students can reply to each other if you want them to practice habits of mind where they complement each other and evaluate each other and give and accept feedback and incorporate it into their further learning. Or you can turn it off if your students are not doing that in a positive way. You can add, students can edit answer if you want, or you can turn it off if you want their first answer to be the answer that counts. Just by clicking Ask, you can add that to the classroom. To manage your students, you can go to Students. The class code is how students join you. The class code is featured on the student page. It is also featured on the streaming page that they see. But if you go to Students, they'll see the class code, and they'll actually put themselves into the Google Classroom. There's no need for you to populate an attendance list. You can manage individual students if you have a list of students. You can also manage the entire class by coming over here and deciding whether students can post and comment, students can only comment, or only teachers can post and comment. This is a brief summary of the features of Google Classroom. It gets much easier to manage the more you deal with it, and eventually your classroom can indeed go paperless. Students will always have access to everything they need besides you if they want to learn in your classroom. If you want more details, I'm going to link Getting Started with Google Classroom. There's a quick summary of all the points I've covered here. In addition, there's a little bit about grading. And you can always come to the Project Center if you need additional help. Thank you so much. Bye.